Good morning everyone. Good morning all of you. Mithun, good morning. Is it audible, Mithun?
Yes, sir. Audible.
Yeah. Okay. See, ನೀವು 40 I mean 20 minutes idle ఉంటారు కదా క్లాస్ కి ఇమిడియట్ గా రావచ్చు కదా ఎందుకు ఇంత డిలే స్టూడెంట్స్ వాట్ ఇస్ ద స్ట్రెంగ్త్ టుడే మిథున్
27, sir.
ప్రీవియస్ క్లాసా
Sir.
మరి ఇప్పుడు 5 మెంబర్స్ వచ్చారు ఇంత స్లో
జాయిన్ అవుతారేమో సార్ ఒకసారి గ్రూప్ లో మెసేజ్ చేస్తా సార్
ఇదే 40 మినిట్స్ టైం దాంట్లో ఇలాగ 10 మినిట్స్ దీనికే అయిపోతే క్లాస్ ఎప్పుడు చెప్పాలి Guys are requesting all, so please join immediately. ఇప్పుడు కూడా 40 మినిట్స్ ఉందా మిథున్ క్లాస్ ఆర్ దే ఎక్స్టెండెడ్ even hour?
నో సార్ 40 minutes సార్
They are planning to upgrade, but still they are not upgraded. And in the meantime, I need to admit you guys. అందరు నేను అడ్మిట్ చేయాల్సి వస్తుంది ఎర్లియర్ నో నీడ్ టు అడ్మిట్ మీరు ఎప్పుడైతే లాగిన్ అవుతారో డైరెక్ట్ గా వచ్చేవారు
అవును సార్
సో ఇప్పుడు నేను అందరిని అడ్మిట్ చేయాల్సి వస్తుంది వన్ బై సో టుడే వీఆర్ గోయింగ్ టు డూ ఏ ప్రాబ్లమ్ అందరి దగ్గర నోట్స్ పెన్ ఉందా book and pen తీసుకోండి book pen తీసుకోండి I request all of you, so please hold notebook and pen. No, we have to solve problems, so problems winter ravu. Okay, I request all of you, so please have a notebook and pen. So today we are going to do problem on elastic shortening. Good morning all of you. So let me admit everyone. By that I will start the session in couple of minutes. Okay. And first of all, I would like to congratulate few students so whose paper got selected in Guru Nanak Technical Campus for e-conference, which is going to be organized on September 19th. Okay. So let me show you. Those papers. So the first one is seismic analysis of a G+1 multi-storied building with and without hanging columns. Hanging columns nothing but floating columns. So where we are doing a comparative study of floating and non-floating columns. So for this, Anusha and Sarojini from your section, okay, and myself and Jagannath Kumar. Okay, so I want to congratulate because this paper got selected and we are going to present this on 19th of September. Okay, so where this paper is going to be published in a conference book. So So which is going to have an ISBN number. So by that, this book will be published in website also. Okay, in Google, right? And let me show you another paper. The second one is dimensional seismic analysis of irregular reinforced concrete, reinforced cement concrete structure, framed structure by using StatPro. Okay, so for this, myself and Jagannath Kumar sir, along with M. Venu Madhavi, I'm sorry, Venu, yeah, Venu Madhuri and N. Sirisha. So one is from B section and the other is from C section. So this paper is also got selected, and we are going to present this paper on same day, 19th September. And this is also going to be published in conference book, so which is going to be available in Google website. Okay, in Google. So after September 19th, right? So I want to congratulate these students first, and I wish not only these students, even others also can be actively participate in this, because this is going to give a lot of credentials to you guys in terms of upgrading your resume. So because your resume is not just your percentages and your skills, so it is very important to enhance yourself towards these kind of conferences, workshops, guest lectures, seminars, FDP, some kind of events, you have to participate, right? Okay, so now I think everyone joined. So now we'll start the 16th lecture immediately. And one more thing, I hope all you students have submitted your assignment, isn't it? Under submit chesar assignment, the second module.
Yes, sir, Dara.
Yeah, so
Sir,
I
my
will
count
check today. Yeah, I will check today, and I will give a report in tomorrow's class, how many have submitted, and I will try to check the plagiarism also. Okay, so
Okay,
those
sir.
who not even submitted, so they can submit at least by today. So by that I will consider those assignments, right? Okay, so let me start the session immediately. One second, guys. Okay. So good morning, everyone, and good afternoon as well. So I welcome you all for today's lecture, 16th lecture on pre-stressed concrete structures. So today we are going to do few problems on calculating pre-stressing losses of each individual loss, right? So before calculating the pre-stress loss of an elastic shortening, so we will try to go through the terminology and nomenclature of of a of few calculations. Okay, so first, notations. So in calculating the pre-stressing loss of a pre-tensioned or post-tensioned member, there are few geometrical properties where student has to know, right? So I think even in your strength of materials, you've gone through all kind of terminologies and some kind of geometrical properties, like section modulus, cross-sectional areas, center of gravity, isn't it? So these are the geometrical properties of the member, right? So here the common notations where the student has to understand is, first one, commonly used notations in pre-stressed members are, what are the common notations? AC antam. What do you mean AC? AC stands for area of concrete section, right? And one more thing, guys, I request you all, please have a notes along with pen. Under notes techukondi, have a notebook. Okay, so please try to put a notebook for pre-stressed concrete structures. Under. సో మీ అవైలబిలిటీలో ఉంటే ఇమీడియట్ ఒక పేపర్ ఆర్ పెన్, ఐ మీన్ పేపర్ ఆర్ బుక్, వాట్ ఎవర్ ఇట్ ఈస్, అందరు బుక్ హోల్డ్ చేసుకోండి. రైట్, I request from here you have to write it. Okay, these are all problems, they are not related to theory. Okay, I request you, please try to write down the statements and these problem related things in your notes, then it will be easy for you to understand the problem. Okay, right, the first one is geometric properties. AC stands for area of concrete section, C stands for concrete. Okay, so area of concrete section is nothing but what? Net cross sectional area of concrete excluding the area of pre-stressing steel. So that means if you take a concrete, if you take a beam, in that beam you have to exclude the reinforcement and you have to calculate only the concrete area. So that is called AC. And what is AP? AP is nothing but area of pre-stressing steel. So you have to calculate only area of steel, so which is going to give the total cross-sectional area of steel. How to calculate total cross-sectional area of steel? So why? Because every steel rod will be in a form of a circle, right? In a circular cross-section. What is the area of a circular cross-section? Pi d square by 4, isn't it? So let us take a beam is having 4 rods. Each rod area is pi d square by 4 based on the diameter. And what will be the total area of pre-stressing steel? It will be 4 times of pi d square by 4. D stands for diameter of the rod. So that's how you have to calculate the area of pre-stressing steel, right? And what is the area of pre-stressed member? If you take a member will consist of concrete and steel, isn't it? So if you take a beam, so let me draw that. By that you can able to understand it clearly. Okay, so let us take a beam like this. Okay, in this beam the pre-stressing strands might be located here. Okay, so if you want to calculate the total area of pre-stressing member, this is a pre-stressing member. It might be either a pre-tensioned or post-tensioned member. So the area of concrete and area of steel will use the total area of pre-stressed member. So the total cross-sectional area, gross cross-sectional area of pre-stressed member is what? AC plus AP. AC is nothing but area of concrete. AP stands for area of pre-stressing steel. Got it? Right. Next, transformed area of pre-stressed member. What do you mean transformed area of pre-stressed member? Transformed area means, so the load what we are applying, so through which the load is going to be transformed, that area is called a transformed area of pre-stressing member. So here transformed area is nothing but area of a member when steel area is replaced by an equivalent area of concrete. What do you mean this? So here, whenever you are transforming force into the concrete, we are transforming force into the concrete with the help of steel, right? How? By pulling the strands, then the force will be transformed into the concrete. So by that, equivalent area will be there, right? And then మీరు ఎంతైతే స్టాండ్స్ ని మనం పుల్ చేస్తామో, the same force will makes your concrete to push, concrete to squeeze, to bend in upward direction, isn't it? అంతేనా? సో అప్పుడు ఏమంటాం మనం? pull will be equal to push. అవునా? So then only the concrete will undergo compression, concrete will undergo shortening, isn't it? So by that, whatever the area of pre-stressing member is going to be used in terms of pulling, మనం pull చేసేటప్పుడు what is the area of member when steel area is considered? That area is going to be replaced by equivalent area of concrete. That is what AT. Okay, AT is nothing but transformed area of pre-stressed member. Okay, for calculating AT, you require these parameters. What is M? M stands for modular ratio, EP by EC. Antena? What do you mean modular ratio? Young's modulus of one material by Young's modulus of other material. And what is AC? Elastic modulus of concrete, which is a short-term elastic modulus. How to calculate elastic modulus of concrete? Do you know how to calculate? While teaching you concrete technology, so faculty would told you how to calculate Young's modulus of concrete. While testing, you can able to calculate Young's modulus of concrete from the graph. But the Young's modulus of concrete can be calculated with some empirical formula based on the grade of concrete. Why? Because Young's modulus of concrete is not a unique one. Okay, so it varies. It is not a constant one. It varies based on the grade. Grade changes, Young's modulus will change. Why? Because 5000 root FCK is the Young's modulus formula to calculate E of concrete, isn't it? So based on that, you can able to calculate. And EP is elastic modulus of steel. Okay, so I think you all know what is Young's modulus of steel. Young's modulus and elastic modulus and okay. So then Young's modulus of steel is nothing but 2 into 10 power 5 Newton per mm square. It is all based on the steel material. And concrete elastic modulus is based on the grade of concrete, right? So this is how the grades are, concrete elastic modulus are defined, right? So E nomenclature is chala important amma. Apart from that, what is the other one? Yeah. So here try to observe the pictures. So this is the total cross-sectional area of pre-stressed member, right? And which is equal to AC. What do you mean AC? Cross-sectional area of concrete excluding steel. And what is AP? Cross-sectional area of pre-stressing strand, which is equivalent to total cross-sectional area of concrete along with pre-stressing strand, which is equivalent to AT. AT ante enti ikkada transformable pre-stressing member, cross-sectional area of the transformed pre-stressing member. So which will be like this. Okay. So this is how the areas of pre-stressing members looks like. Along with that, even you should know what do you mean CGC and CGS. Okay, because as it is a composite material, as the concrete and steel are not placed at a same center, so by that there will be two notations. One is CGC and CGS. CGC stands for center of gravity of concrete. CGS stands for center of gravity of steel, right? So let us take two examples. One is, what is this? Box girder, single cell box girder. It is having only a single cell. Okay, this is called cell. So this is called single cell box girder, and this is an I girder. Okay, so let us see I girder. I girder is in a form of a I shape, right? And the center of gravity of an I will be maybe here. This is CGC. And the reinforcement steel is going, pre-stressing strands or steel is going to be provided at bottommost web, right? So this is the center of gravity of steel. So there are around 5 rods, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So these 5 rods, the center of gravity is this, right? So by that, center of gravity of concrete and center of gravity of steel are not coinciding. Coincide avanappudu emoutundi, there will be an eccentricity. So this is called eccentrical distance. Eccentrical distance between CG and CGS. So let us take, if you are providing any strand. So let me go with one color. Yeah. So let us take the strand which is located here. Strand center lo undanukondi. Then what happens? Center of gravity of concrete and center of gravity of steel will coincide, and there won't be any eccentricity. Ardhamavutunda? So that will be happen in pre-tensioned member. Pre-tensioned member lo center of gravity of concrete and center of gravity of steel will coincide. Ardhamavutunda? But in post-tensioned member, center of gravity of concrete and center of gravity of steel will not be coincide. There will be some eccentricity. So this will be happened in post-tensioned members. So by that you have to know the notations. This is pre-tension and this is post-tension. And now let's see the box girder. Here also the center of gravity of concrete is nothing but the whole center of gravity of the box girder. And steel, the center of gravity of steel, where the steel is going to be provided, okay, might be at center. So then there will be some eccentricity. Okay, as this box girder is symmetrical to what? Y-axis, but not symmetrical to X-axis. Avuna? Clear? This box girder is not symmetrical to X-axis, but it is symmetrical to y-axis. So when it is not symmetrical to x-axis, so what happens? The center of gravity won't be at center of the section, it will vary. So by that, these two will have some eccentricity. Here also you can see your I section is symmetrical to y-axis but not symmetrical to x-axis. So these are the notations of CGC and CGS of a members of a concrete members, pre-stressing members, which gives a typical eccentricity of a members. Eccentrical distances ni చూపెడుతుంది. Okay, so this is how the notations represents, right? So the CGC and the centroid of concrete, CGS centroid of pre-stressed steel. CGS may lie outside the tendons or the concrete also. Ardhamavutunda? So CGS anedi it will lie outside the tendons. The group of tendons nunchi bayata kuda undachu. And I is nothing but moment of inertia of pre-stressed member. IT ante moment of inertia of the transformed section. Why? Because two sections will be there. I is a normal moment of inertia without any force, applied force. IT is the moment of inertia of the transformed section. Why? Because before pre-stressing, the member section will be something. After stressing, the member cross-sectional area will likely change. Okay. So why? Because you are transforming force into the member where member will try to squeeze. Okay. So then slightly there will be a transformed section usually to be calculated. So that's the reason why I moment of inertia is different. IT moment of inertia for transformed section is different. Okay. So this is how. And E is nothing but eccentricity of center of gravity of steel with respect to center of gravity of concrete. Either it will be vertical distance between CG and CC. Ardhamavutunda? So ante why only vertical? Before, if you see this example, the E was represented only in Y direction, not in X direction. Ante eccentricity never will be horizontal distance between CG and CS. It will be only vertical distance between the steel and concrete. Ardhamavutunda? So only E anedi vertical eccentricity untundi tappa horizontal eccentricity undadu. Ardhamavutunda? So why? Because enduku horizontal eccentricity undadu ante, so why? Because you are stressing your member with respect to its depth, right? So when you stress the member, when you stress the strands, your concrete will get squeezed towards Y axis. Y direction lone adi move avutundi. X direction lo move avadu. Avuna? Y direction lo instead of downwards deflection, it will go to upward deflection. We call it as a cambering, right? Cambering will take place only in upward direction. So it relates to depth. So by that, there will be only vertical distance between CGC and CGS. There won't be any horizontal eccentricity. Clear? So right. So these are the notations, very, very important. And there is another notation called load variables. Loads sometime. What is PI? PI stands for initial pre-stressing force under. Ardhamavutunda? Force applied to tendons by jack. మనం ఎప్పుడైతే ఫోర్స్ అప్లై చేస్తామో ఇనిషియల్లీ, that force is initial pre-stressing force, which is represented with symbol PI. What is P naught? Pre-stressing force after immediate loss. Loss అయిన తర్వాత ఏదైతే మనకి pre-stressing force కాంక్రీట్ లోకి ఇండ్యూస్ అవుతుందో, that force is called P naught, which is a pre-stressing force after immediate loss. Loss ante which is going to be reduced due to elastic shortening, due to anchorage slip, due to friction, all this, right? So that is what P naught. And what is PE? So there is a slightly difference between P naught and PE. What do you mean that? P naught is nothing but pre-stressing force induced into concrete after immediate losses. P is nothing but effective pre-stressing force after time dependent losses. Why? Because your losses are classified into two categories. One is immediate loss, other one is time dependent losses. So immediate losses minus chesi calculate chesina pre-stressing force ni P naught antaru. Time dependent losses ni minus chesi calculate chesina forces ni effective pre-stressing force antaru, which is indicated with the symbol PE. Ardhamavutunda? So that is what P naught, PE and PI represents. PI ante initial pre-stressing, P naught ante pre-stressing after minusing the immediate losses, PE ante effective pre-stressing after minusing the time dependent losses like creep, shrinkage, and relaxation. Okay, ilanti losses. Understand? So these are the load variables, right? So that's what you need to understand. Along with that, strain compatibility. If you got a notation, say, what do you mean strain compatibility? Strain compatibility and so with respect to displacement, with respect to changing length, right? So here the strain compatibility, I will try to explain by showing the picture. Okay. So in picture lo nenu chupistanu clear ga. So let us just read out these things. Then I will try to show you in picture. So loss due to elastic shortening is quantified by the drop in pre-stress. Antena? So elastic shortening eppudu jarugutundi? After doing stressing, right? Okay. Then you will pour concrete into it, which is in a pre-tensioning member. Then when you cut the strands, it will get squeezed, right? So that is why there is a change in displacement in the member, which is represented with a symbol called delta epsilon p, right? So delta epsilon p is nothing but change in length of a strand. Epsilon c is nothing but changing length of a concrete. ఎందుకంటే రెండు మనకి reduction length అవుతాయి. Why? Because it is a composite member. Whatever the concrete reduce in its length, steel also will reduce in its length, same length. Kada? So then the two notations will be represented over here, right? Okay. So that's what I will try to show you the same notations in the picture also. Right here, the qualification of the losses is going to be explained here. I think this we already discussed in elastic shortening. So force is equal to Young's modulus, stress is equal to Young's modulus into strain. Antena? Clear? Is anta మనం discuss చేసాం already in elastic shortening. Stress is equal to Young's modulus into strain. Young's modulus into strain of steel will be equal to strain of concrete. Why? Because both are composite materials. So strain of concrete can be represented as stress of concrete by Young's modulus of concrete. Avuna? So Young's modulus of one material by Young's modulus of other material will give what? Modular ratio. So total stress of pre-stressing stress or pre-stressing loss of elastic shortening will be equal to modular ratio of concrete stress, right? So this relation I think we already known in elastic shortening. So now first we will try to discuss about elastic shortening, how to calculate. We will do one problem immediately on this. So this is the initial member. Okay. So let's straight away look at here, pre-tensioned axial member. So when the member is subjected to pull, right? So here see length of tendon before stretching. Stretch avvaka mundu length of tendon anedi inta length maatrame undi, right? This is called original length. Length of tendon before stretching. When you try to stretch the strands, what happens? There will be displacement. There will be strain of epsilon pi. What do you mean epsilon pi? Epsilon pi is nothing but strain of a strand which happened at initial stage. అందుకే దాన్ని epsilon pi అన్నారు. P అంటే strand అని, I అంటే initial strand displacement అని అర్థం. What is pi? Pi అంటే ఏం చెప్పాను నేను? Pi అంటే pre-stressing, initial pre-stressing force, right? So after stretching, what happens? You will try to cut the rod. Kada rods మనం కట్ చేస్తాం pre-tensioning లో. కట్ చేసినప్పుడు ఏమవుతుంది? దాని ఒరిజినల్ లెంత్ కి ఎక్స్టెండ్ అయిన లెంత్ కి కొద్దిగా రిడక్షన్ జరుగుతుంది. దిస్ ఇస్ ద రిడక్షన్ టేక్స్ ప్లేస్ ఆఫ్టర్ అప్లైయింగ్ ద ప్రీ-టెన్షన్ ఫోర్స్, రైట్? దీనిలో మూడే మీరు గుర్తుపెట్టుకోవాల్సిందమ్మా. లెంత్ ఆఫ్ టెండాన్ బిఫోర్ స్ట్రెచింగ్ ఇస్ this line. So this line represents the length of tendon before stretching. After stretching, this is the line. Okay, this is the displacement happen. ఎప్పుడైతే మీరు ఫోర్సెస్ ని రిలీజ్ చేస్తారో ఏమవుతుంది? There will be some displacement takes place in the member. It won't come into original position. There will be slight changeover. This is called epsilon c. ఎందుకు epsilon c? There will be reduction in concrete length, right? So concrete length లో రిడక్షన్ జరుగుతుంది. That is what epsilon c. ఇక్కడ మీరు గుర్తుపెట్టుకోవాల్సిన 3 notations. One is epsilon pi, other one is epsilon p naught, the other one is epsilon c. Epsilon c is reduction in its length. Epsilon pi is changing in its length. Epsilon p naught is original length. అర్థమైందా? Original strain, right? So వీటిని ఎలా క్యాలిక్యులేట్ చేస్తాం? Let's see over here. See, the following equation relates the strain variables. ఇదే కదా మనకి ఫార్ములా. How to calculate epsilon c? epsilon c is going to be calculated as epsilon pi minus epsilon p naught. అంతేనా? అంతే కదా? చూడండి, epsilon pi is the changing length, epsilon p naught is the original length. How to calculate epsilon c? Epsilon pi minus epsilon p naught, right? Okay, then the strains can be expressed in terms of pre-stressing force. మనం strains ని in terms of pre-stressing force మనం రిప్రజెంట్ చేయొచ్చు. ఎలాగా? epsilon c is equal to p by a into e. ఎలా రాసాను ఇది? You know, Young's modulus is equal to stress by strain. అవునా? How to write what is stress? Stress is nothing but what? Load by area, right? By strain. Then how to write strain? Strain is equal to load by area into Young's modulus. So this is related to concrete, this is related to steel, and this is related to combined, okay, this is related to transform section. Okay, this is concrete and this is under initial and this is under original, right? So ala mana different strains manam raaychu. Clear? And now substituting the expressions of the strains, manaku anni individual strains telusu. How to substitute here? So ikkada epsilon c, epsilon pi and epsilon p naught can be written like this. Okay, now try to submit all these strains in this formula. Epsilon c is equal to epsilon pi minus epsilon p naught lo substitute cheyandi. చూసారు, ఇదంతా మీరు చూస్తుంటే ఎలా ఉంది? This is something like what you learned in your strength of material stresses and strains in a composite member kada. In the composite members we also did the same thing. So try to submit all these strains in this formula, right? P naught by AC into EC is equal to PT by AP into EP minus P naught by AP into EP. So why I wrote P naught? Why? Because so P naught is the initial force, sorry, Pi is the initial force and P naught is the force after which is induced into the concrete, right? So here P naught ni బయటికి తీసుకునండి, 1 by AC into EC plus 1 by AP into EP, which can be written as Pi by AP into EP. ఇక్కడ రిలేషన్ ఏంటి? Stress, initial stress is equal to final stress. అంటే sigma initial load is equal to final load. అందువల్ల we can take the loads common. So P naught ని బయటికి తీసుకొచ్చాము. So this is the final relation which I got, where M stands for the modular ratio of the member, and the final it can be written as P naught by AC is equal to PT by MAP plus AC అని మనం రాయొచ్చు. Okay, so these are the final strains which we got for the compound member or a composite member. Clear? So this is what we need to understand the notations. ఇవన్నీ మనకి strength of materials లోనే మనం నేర్చుకున్నాం. So once you understand this, you can able to understand clearly. So why? Because in the composite members, the only one thing you have to understand, your strains are same both in concrete and steel. Okay, so that's what you need to understand, right? Okay, so now let's go to the problem. Andaru notes తీసుకొని problem note చేయండి. Okay, so within the time, if I able to complete, I will complete, or else you can do this problem in your house also, and I will try to continue in the tomorrow's class. Let's all of you write this problem. Andaru notes lo ee problem note cheyandi. See, don't I mean మీకు మీరే మోసం చేసుకోవద్దండి, right? So please నేను చెప్తున్నప్పుడు మీరు రాయాలి. All problems you have to write, అంతేగాని ప్రాబ్లం వింటానంటే కాదు. Okay, right? So what is the question given? A pre-stressed concrete sleeper. Pre-stressed concrete sleeper అంటే what type of member it is? Pre-tensioned member. ఎందుకంటే sleepers are all made up of pre-tension, right? A pre-stressed concrete sleeper produced by pre-tensioned method, చూడండి వాడి ఇచ్చేసాడు క్లియర్ గా, has a rectangular cross section. ఆ స్లీపర్ ఎలా ఉందంటే rectangular cross section లో ఉంది, right? Good. Of 300 mm, 250 mm. ఏది 300 ఏది 250 వాడు అక్కడ క్లియర్ గా ఇచ్చాడు, BH అని, అంటే width 300, okay, right, and depth 250. Clear? Depth 250 ఇచ్చేసాడు. Okay, it is pre-stressed with 9 numbers of straight 7 mm diameter wires. ఇక్కడ ఎన్ని ఉన్నాయి రాడ్స్ మొత్తం ప్రీ-స్ట్రెస్ రాడ్స్ 9 ఉన్నాయి చూడండి 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 అంటే బాటమ్ మోస్ట్ ఫైబర్ లో 5 రాడ్స్ ఉన్నాయి, టాప్ మోస్ట్ ఫైబర్ లో 4 రాడ్స్ ఉన్నాయి. అర్థమవుతుందా? రైట్. ఓకే, సో 9 రాడ్స్ ఉన్నాయి. ఈచ్ రాడ్ యొక్క డయా ఎంత? ఈచ్ రాడ్ యొక్క డయా 7 mm, రైట్? సో ఈచ్ రాడ్ యొక్క డయా 7 diameter 7 mm, right? And each wire is having an ultimate strength of 1570 Newton per mm square. అంటే ఈచ్ రాడ్ యొక్క అల్టిమేట్ స్ట్రెంగ్త్ ఎంతంట? సిగ్మా ఎస్. సిగ్మా ఎస్ అంటే ఏంటి? అల్టిమేట్ టెన్సైల్ స్ట్రెంగ్త్ ఆఫ్ స్టీల్ ఎంత? 1570 Newton per mm square, రైట్? సో ఇక్కడ ఏంటి 0.8 టైమ్స్ ఏంటి? It is pre-stressed with 9 numbers of straight 7 mm dia wires at 0.8 times the ultimate strength of 1570 Newton per mm square. అంటే దాని ఒరిజినల్ స్ట్రెంగ్త్ 1570, కానీ మనం అప్లై చేస్తున్న ప్రీ టెన్షన్ ఫోర్స్ ఎంతంట? ఓన్లీ 0.8 టైమ్స్. అంటే హౌ మచ్? 80%. ఓన్లీ 80% ఆఫ్ ద ప్రీ టెన్షన్ ఫోర్స్ మాత్రమే మనం అప్లై చేస్తున్నాం. ఓకే, అర్థమవుతుందా? వై? బికాస్ వీ షుడ్ నాట్ అప్లై 100% ఆఫ్ ఇట్ స్ట్రెంగ్త్. ఇప్పుడు మీకు 100% క్యారింగ్ కెపాసిటీ ఉంటే మీ పైన 100% లోడ్ అప్లై చేస్తే ఏమవుతుంది? సడన్లీ యూ మే గెట్ ఫెయిల్. సో దాట్స్ ద రీజన్ వై ఈవెన్ దో ఇట్ హ్యావింగ్ ఎ ఫుల్ స్ట్రెంగ్త్ యూ షుడ్ అప్లై ఓన్లీ 0.8% ఇక్కడ అప్లై చేస్తున్నాడు. ఓకే, 0.8 టైమ్స్ ద అల్టిమేట్ స్ట్రెంగ్త్ ఆఫ్ 1570 Newton per mm square ఫోర్స్ మనం అప్లై చేస్తున్నాం, రైట్? సరే, అంత స్ట్రెస్ మనం ఆ స్టాండ్స్ మీద పుల్ చేస్తున్నాం, రైట్? ఏం క్యాలిక్యులేట్ చేయమన్నాడు? ఎస్టిమేట్ ద పర్సంటేజ్ లాస్ ఆఫ్ స్ట్రెస్ డ్యూ టు ఎలాస్టిక్ షార్టనింగ్. చాలా క్లియర్ గా వాడే ఇచ్చాడు. మనం క్యాలిక్యులేట్ చేయాల్సిన లాస్ ఏం లాస్? ఎలాస్టిక్ షార్టనింగ్ లాస్ క్యాలిక్యులేట్ చేయాలి బై గివింగ్ ద మాడ్యులర్ రేషియో వాల్యూ. వాడు మాడ్యులర్ రేషియో వాల్యూ ఇచ్చాడు ఎంత? 6. వాట్ యు మీన్ మాడ్యులర్ రేషియో? Young's modulus of steel అంటే pre-stressing strand by Young's modulus of concrete. How much this value? This value is 6, right? So క్వశ్చన్ బాగా అర్థం చేసుకోండి. సో క్వశ్చన్ లో అన్ని పారామీటర్స్ ఇచ్చాడు. వాట్ ఈస్ ద విడ్త్, వాట్ ఈస్ ద డెప్త్, మనం అప్లై చేసే ప్రీ స్ట్రెస్సింగ్ ఫోర్స్ ఎంత? 80% ఆఫ్ 1570, రైట్? అండ్ మాడ్యులర్ రేషియో ఇస్ 6. ఈచ్ స్ట్రాండ్ డయా ఇస్ 7 mm. అలా ఎన్ని స్టాండ్స్ ఉన్నాయి? మొత్తం 9 స్టాండ్స్ ఉన్నాయి, రైట్? సో బై కన్సిడరింగ్ దిస్ యూ హ్యావ్ టు క్యాలిక్యులేట్ ద వాట్ యూ హ్యావ్ టు క్యాలిక్యులేట్? లాస్. ఏం లాస్? ఎలాస్టిక్ షార్టనింగ్ లాస్ మనం క్యాలిక్యులేట్ చేయాలి. ఓకే, రైట్. సో ఓన్లీ 2 minutes లెఫ్ట్ అమ్మా. సో దిస్ ప్రాబ్లమ్ యూ హ్యావ్ టు సాల్వ్. మీ అందరికి ఫార్ములాస్ తెలుసు. నేను ఇప్పుడు ఫార్ములాస్ మీకు చూపించాను. వాట్ ఆర్ ద స్ట్రెయిన్ ఫార్ములాస్ అండ్ ఆల్, రైట్? అండ్ యూ నో వాట్ ఈస్ ద calculation where you have to do for calculating elastic shortening. అది కూడా మీకు చూపించాను, రైట్? సో వాట్ యు డూ is try to do this problem in your home for today work and I will discuss this problem tomorrow. రేపు క్లాస్ లో నేను ప్రాబ్లం చేస్తాను, రైట్? సో దెన్ యూ క్యాన్ ఏబుల్ టు కంపేర్ యువర్ ఆన్సర్ విత్ ద ప్రాబ్లం, రైట్? మీకు ఇది చిన్న హోంవర్క్ ఈ రోజుకి, రైట్? ఎందుకంటే మనకి టైం లేదు డిస్కస్ చేయడానికి. ఓన్లీ 1 minute లెఫ్ట్, రైట్? సో దిస్ ఇస్ హౌ ద ప్రాబ్లమ్ ఈస్ మేడ్, రైట్? ఇలాంటి ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ మనకి లాసెస్ లో చాలా చాలా ఇంపార్టెంట్. క్లియర్? రైట్. నౌ ఎనీ డౌట్స్? ఓన్లీ 1 minute లెఫ్ట్ అమ్మా. ఏమైనా డౌట్స్ ఉంటే అడగండి. అండర్స్టాండ్? ప్రాబ్లం క్లియర్ గా అర్థమైంది కదా ఏమేమి డేటా ఇచ్చారు అనేది, రైట్? సో బేస్డ్ ఆన్ ద ఫార్ములాస్ ప్లీజ్ ట్రై టు సాల్వ్ ద ప్రాబ్లమ్. టుమారోస్ క్లాస్ ఐ విల్ డూ మై సెల్ఫ్. నేనే చేస్తాను మీకు ప్రాబ్లం, రైట్? మీకు ఒక చిన్న వర్క్ అంతే. ఓకే, ఎనీ డౌట్స్ అమ్మా ప్లీజ్? ఎవరైనా డౌట్స్ ఉన్నాయా గైస్? సరోజిని, గణేష్, భరద్వాజ్, ఎనీవన్? ఏమైనా డౌట్స్ ఉన్నాయి ఎవరికైనా? అంత క్లియర్ ఉందా? ప్లీజ్ రెస్పాండ్. అన్మ్యూట్ యువర్ సెల్ఫ్ అండ్ ప్లీజ్ రెస్పాండ్. నవీన్, రాజు, శ్రీను, ప్రభు, రాజశేఖర్, టైం లేదు మా రెస్పాండ్ అవ్వండి. అర్థమైందా? అంతా చేస్తారా ప్రాబ్లం అందరూ? మిథున్,
ఎస్ సార్